Hello and welcome to another episode of the Joyful Money Podcast. I am so excited to be recording this today. If you are listening on the podcast, hello. And if you're watching on YouTube, hello. I have a very special episode today because today I want to talk about how to make it easy for customers to hire you. I say this because I have been interacting with a lot of business owners. And the first thing I ask is, tell me about your customer's journey. And many of them are often very clueless. When I ask them, tell me your customer journey, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do an episode so you can very clearly understand what your customer journey is and why you should do it. Now, it's the end of September, almost the end of September at the time of recording. And I must tell you, it seems like summer doesn't want to go away. So here in Canada, we're still, Canada, where I am, we're still experiencing summer-like temperatures. Like it's becoming very uncomfortable. And so for the first time, I'm actually looking forward to the winter. I hope the weather is nice where you are, and I hope you are making the most of it. So, what is it about customer journey mapping? Well, it's very important for you to know your customer journey because when you know your customer's journey, you're able to tailor your solutions to fit your customer journey, right? Because every customer is different, but there are 7 stages of customer consideration. Like this is very popular in the business world, but I don't see this being referenced in the coaching industry. And so I think that's why a lot of people struggle with getting customers to sign up with them. Now, I'm going to share my screen in a minute, but there are various touch points, right? If you think about it, if you want to build a successful and sustainable business, a business where you're not just dabbling, you're sure this is what you want to do in the long term, then you must understand that you need different touch points. So, what do I mean, touch points? Well, touch points are points where customers experience you on the customer journey. So, for example, Facebook ads is one touch point. Another one is LinkedIn. LinkedIn post is one touch point I use. Blog post as well, the post on my website. Pinterest pins, that's another touch point. Instagram post, Facebook post. This podcast is one touch point as well. The free lead magnets I offer, that's one touch point. The free masterclass I offer is a touch point. The outreach campaign I run is a touch point, and emails my weekly nurturing emails to my list is another touch point. So, understanding all of these touch points is absolutely critical for you to be able to create a customer experience. That's before they sign up with you, right? Understanding the buying journey because everyone is on a journey, right? So, for example, someone might see my Facebook ad, then watch my masterclass, sign up for a call and buy, or someone might want to listen to the podcast first and have a sense of who I am. So different customers have different journeys. So I want to share my screen in a minute and I'm going to show you exactly how my customer mapping works. You can copy and tweak my customer journey to fit your niche and your product, the service you offer. It's very important for you to know your customer journey because when you do, you make it easier for people to pay you and you can improve the customer experience at different touch points. Okay. So it's not like you're just throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping that something sticks. You have a methodical process, and you, as the business owner, I like to say, you, as the CEO of your business, you have to know what your customer journey is. And if you think about it, if you think of top companies like Amazon, Walmart, Tesla, all of these companies have product roles. So we call it product management. I used to be a product manager for one of the top banks. And every product you create, you have to map out your customer journey. Like we use large boards when we're doing in person in the office. We'll have these very large boards where we'll map out the customer journey. so everybody could see our customer experience for that product. Same thing for Tesla and Walmart, for example. They all have product managers who map out their customer journey. So you as the CEO of your business, you need to map out your customer journey so that it's almost like you're stepping into the shoes of your clients and understanding how they buy your product. So let me share my screen very quickly so I can show you. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen now. If you're listening on the podcast, I'm going to try my best to describe what I'm sharing on screen. But if you can, you jump on YouTube so you can have a visual of what I'm working through. If you are driving, obviously, don't do this while you're driving. Listen to the podcast until the end, and then you can come back and watch the YouTube. I'm going to drop the link in the show notes for those on the podcast. Okay, so here is your journey map, a customer journey map. And this is exactly what my journey map looks like. And it shows step 1 to 7, which is from awareness to the point where people take action and pay you to join your program. Okay? Awareness is the point where customers become aware of you, like potential customers, because prospects or leads become aware of you. Okay, so even if you have an amazing product, if nobody knows about your product, nobody's going to buy from you. That's why awareness is very, very important. And the key points for awareness for me are paid ads. So Facebook ads, I use Facebook ads. Maybe you might use Google ads. That's fine. I also do client outreach campaigns. That's the awareness point. So, and this is one thing many business coaches will not tell you. Many business coaches won't tell you that you need to do short-term strategies in order to be in the game. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Many coaches and consultants give up on their businesses because they don't start making money very quickly. And the reason they don't make money quickly in their businesses is because they are learning from a business coach who's telling them to just post on social media. Okay. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with posting on social media. I post on social media. All I'm saying is that that's a long-term strategy. Okay? If you want to get money now, there is money now and there's future money. I believe social media content is future money because you're building your client base. If you want to get clients now, you have to use short-term strategies. And the short-term strategies I know of are paid ads and outreach campaigns. I favor outreach campaigns more because it gives me more returns on my investments. I do Facebook ads, but Facebook ads are very, very expensive. So that's step number 1. That's the awareness phase where a stranger comes across your content. Step number 2 is interest. This is where they express interest and they go to maybe your LinkedIn post, they read your post, Pinterest pins, social media posts, like I said, Facebook, Instagram, and then blog post on my website. So I'm giving you my customer journey. Obviously, yours might be different from mine, but this is exactly how mine is now. So step number 2 is the interest phase. And then step number 3 is consideration. At the consideration phase, I find that people listen to my podcast, people watch my YouTube videos, and then they download my free lead magnets. Okay, so that's when they're in the consideration phase. Phase number 4 is intent. At phase number 4, they're actively consuming whatever you put out, like your emails, like your weekly or bi-weekly emails to your email list. Step number 5 is evaluation. This is where they are evaluating you in detail, and most likely they will attend your webinar, or in my case, is a masterclass. So they watch my masterclass, and from that masterclass, they move on to step number 6, which is the decision phase. This is where they book a strategy call. They jump on a strategy call, and then I walk them through my AI scaling strategy. And then on the call, they decide to take action. Take action, they sign up and they invest in themselves and their businesses. So this is a very good visual to show you how your customers will move from strangers to paid clients. Okay. So it's very, very important that you map this out for yourself so that you know exactly where your clients are coming from. Now, when people sign up on my program, I make it a point to ask them questions like, how did you find out about me? How long have you been in my world before you signed up? What made you sign up? So I have all those data because all those data helps me to make business decisions. So for example, if someone says, "Oh, I've been listening to your podcast for 6 months," then I know I need to invest more on my podcast. If somebody said, "Oh, I saw you on a Facebook ad and I just clicked it, watched the masterclass and I signed up," then I'm going to invest more in Facebook ads. So you see how, like I always say, business is a game of numbers. You have to know your numbers. You have to know where your clients are coming from. And there is no way you would know where your clients are coming from if you do not have a customer journey map. So this is absolutely critical. If you do not have a customer journey map, then you need to make time to create it. Now, I didn't think to make this a template. I would have given you a template. I designed this in Canva. But if you want my template so it makes your work easier, just send me a message. I'm going to send it to you. Okay. So that's your customer journey map. So here is your action item for this week. I want you to spend time to map out your customer journey. I'm going to very quickly answer a question someone asked me during the week. Someone sent me an Instagram DM to ask me how I stay consistent. And I gave her the answer via Instagram DM, but I felt I should share my answer so that if you're listening to this podcast, you can benefit and maybe adapt my strategies. The way I stay consistent is I weave in accountability into my business. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I do this. I do this with this podcast and my YouTube channel. Yes, this is what keeps me accountable. My podcast and my YouTube channel, I'll tell you, is the most intense personal development I've ever done for myself and in my business. Why? Because it makes me take action because I know I have to come here every single week. It makes me take action because I know I have something that keeps me accountable. So if you want to be consistent, I encourage you to weave in accountability into your business. Maybe start a YouTube channel, maybe start a podcast, right? So even though over time you're going to build an audience, primarily it's going to keep you accountable so you show up in your business every single week and you take the action to create the life of wealth and abundance you know you deserve. So that's the answer I gave the lady, and she was so happy with um, the coaching I gave her over DM. So I wanted you to have that as well, so you can think of how you can weave in accountability into your business. Because if you do, then you create the life you really, really want. Now it's the end of September. The year is almost over. And my question to you is, are you on track to hit your business goals? I hope you are. If you are not on track to hit your business goals, here's the good news. Today is a brand new day. You can take action today and make sure you weave in accountability so that you take consistent action. And I'll say this again, many business coaches won't tell you that you need a combination of long-term strategies and short-term strategies. Okay? Long-term strategies, like I said, are your blog post, your podcast, your social media post. But in order to stay in the game, you need clients right now. Okay? Not future clients. Yes, we need future clients, but to sustain us in business, we need short-term strategies. And the short-term strategies are Facebook ads or Google ads and client outreach. I use client outreach the most because it gives me the most return on my investment. So if you want to find out more about how I use AI to teach my clients to get to 50K monthly recurring revenue, I'm going to drop the link. You can just grab that, and I will see you next week. Bye for now. Hey, very quickly before you go, if this podcast inspired or encouraged you in any way, please leave us a review on Apple Podcast and share this with a friend. It means a lot to us, and we appreciate your kindness and generosity in doing this. We'll see you back here on the next episode. Bye bye.